Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, I think it's time to rate some Generation 7 Pokemon. Now, I will say Generation 7 was kind of where I fell in love with Pokemon again. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire kind of like held me over until the Gen 7 games. I loved the remakes enough to give them a shot, and I bought a, 3DS, from a pawn shop. I still have it to this day. It's right around the corner. I think I have it in a closet somewhere. But let's get started on Generation 7, shall we? I think it was a really excellent generation. So let's just zoom out a little bit and start with normal types. So we have some interesting ones here. Hold on, let me double check. Okay, just making sure. As far as like the normal types go, personally, I really liked type Null as a Pokemon. I like to type Null a lot, actually, as a Pokemon. I thought he was generally pretty stellar. But like, and also it doesn't help that like a lot of the other normals aren't super great, if I'm being honest. But it is what it is. Before I pick a fire type, let me double check the poisons. Let me double check the waters. Okay, and let me double check the bugs. All right, I think I know where I'm going to go with this. So to start, I am generally fond of Salazzle. I love Salazzle. I've used Salazzle on every single team I can use it on. If I'm able to catch one, I use it. I love it. It's a great Pokemon. Meanwhile, moving on to the water types, we have the I'm going to save these for the poisons, if I'm being completely honest. And as far as the bugs are concerned, yeah, no, that's fair. I'm not like as far as the waters are concerned, the only water types that I really liked were Toxapex and like Gilceopod's cool, but I'm from Maryland, so I like horseshoe crabs. So, like, Wimpod is definitely going to be the one that wins out there. As far as grass types are concerned, I'm really like Decidueye and the way they look. I think that's really cool. I think the Archer thing was like a really cool idea, personally, for me, myself. As far as electric types are concerned, while it was really annoying for me to get it to that point, I personally felt like Voltex, this Pokemon I liked a lot. I had it on my initial team when I first did my playthrough, and I am very happy with it. As far as ice types are concerned, the ice type Vulpix has got to take the cake on that. It's adorable, and like I just they just really took like Vulpix and just like make it like it was a slight color swap, but they still made it look adorable, and I love it so much. As far as fighting types are concerned, I'm gonna be a little bit out of pocket here, and do I want to do Marshadow or do I want to do Komodo? I'll probably do Komodo. I think like a dragon fighting and like its way it looks is like a really cool and interesting pseudo legendary, even if it's not the best, if we're being honest. But the clanging scales is a really cool move. Poison. Here we're going to be giving this to Toxapex. I like Toxapex a lot. Actually. I think that I would use in doubles. I would use a Milotic and a Toxapex together, and it would just be the wall from hell. And I would like hit him with Toxics, and I would use like and like my Milotic would also make sure to help keep my Marini alive better. It was really like it was a frankly disgusting setup, but I liked it a lot. I really like Pylosand and Sandygast here. I like the ghost sand types, their sandcastles, I think is kind of appropriate for a beach-centric region like Alola. Meanwhile, when we're at the flying section of things, I personally kind of really liked the Meteorite Pokemon, specifically the blue variation. It took a while for me to find a blue variation. And I was never able to catch one because they would always fucking self-destruct, but even so, I liked them well enough for what they were. I thought they were kind of cute. Meanwhile, psychics. We have a lot of psychics, a lot of interesting psychics, but I feel like my favorite psychic here has to be Cosmog because it's Nebby. Get in the bag. He's adorable. I love him, and I love him more than life itself. We're on to Bug. As far as bug types are concerned, if I'm having to give it to anything, I probably would give it to Pheromosa because I caught a lot of Pheromosas, and frankly, I think its design is better than Buzzwall's. But you know, the other things I would pick are already on the board already, so it's irrelevant. Meanwhile, we're on to Rock. I love Lincoln Rock. I especially like Dusk Lincoln Rock, and I have a Dusk Lincoln Rock. I got to the event Pokemon, and my god, they're a pain in the ass to get, but they're very rare, but I have one, and I'm very happy with it. Meanwhile, Ghost types. I probably would have to end up... Let me see, what do we have on Fairy? What do we have as far as Fairies are concerned? Because there's a lot of Fairy types, too. Yeah, I thought so. We're gonna save Mimikyu for the Fairies, I think. But as far as pure Ghost types are concerned, I personally would really like to give this to Marshadow. I like Marshadow a lot. Like, I know it's a Pixie Pokemon, but it's like it's the first that has like spread more distributed stats and is personally like a much better like Pokemon in a lot of ways. Meanwhile, onto the dragons. We have some interesting Pokemon here for this, but if I had to pick one, I would probably, out of all of these that aren't already on the board, personally, I probably would pick Tortonator, because I think just like a fire dragon, but like it's special, it's like signature move is like so cool. I think it's a really cool Pokemon. Dark types. This one I would probably give to Alolan Muck. I liked Alolan Muck a lot because of like how beefy it was, and just for like the game itself, like Poison Dark was just such a really great typing to get you through the game, and I liked it a lot for that reason. Steel types. I as much as I'd like to pick like Tojimaru here, if I'm being honest, even though it wasn't directly in it proper, I really think Meltan is adorable and I love it. I like Meltan a lot as a Pokemon. I haven't really gotten a chance to use it too much. They're congregated in my Pokemon home, but other than that, I like them a lot. Fairy types. So this is, I already said that I was going to be giving this to Mimikyu. Mimikyu is a good little bean and deserves all the hugs and all the loves in the world. As far as my favorite starter is concerned, it probably would have to go to Rowlet. I love Rowlet. I didn't pick Rowlet on my first journey. I picked Litten. But if I'm being honest, this is my favorite, and every time like it's an option for me to grab a Rowlet, I will grab one. Because Grass isn't a great typing, but like, man, Ghost Grass is really interesting, and I really like it. As far as gimmick forms are concerned, these are all the different Alolan forms. But if I had to give my favorite my favorite alternate form to any of them, it would have to be Necrozma. Ultimate Necrozma in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was such a refreshing takeaway from how, let's be honest, kind of bullshit. Kind of bullshit fucking like base Necrozma was. Like, I caught a Necrozma in Sun and Moon, and it was just whatever. It was just a geometric shape, and this made it feel a lot more interesting, and the lore that it got with it, with consuming light, I thought was really interesting. As far as like legendaries are concerned, I really personally would have to give it to the Zygarde alternate forms. Like, in that, as much as the rat race to get all of the Zygardes was just a fucking nightmare, I think that the 10% form and the 100% form are so fucking cool, and I really wish that X and Y were able to like actually like have the time they needed to put into them, so we could have gotten some resolution in Kalos. But I'm cool to see it here, just to have it at all. But honestly, as far as my favorite Pokemon is concerned, I don't know. I like all of them for different reasons, but If I have to pick the one to get most emotional about, it'd probably be Mimikyu. Because he just wants a friend. And he deserves love. Either way, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. I appreciate you bunches and bunches. I hope you are well. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so very much for watching. Poggers, hit these things here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Toodles.